History does not happen in a vacuum, but it is rather a continuous story that we can grow from. It is evident to all the ancient Greek democracy was a cornerstone for modern democracies such as that of the United States government. However, U.S. citizens do not seem as engaged in their government as the people of ancient Athens were in their democracy. We can learn many valuable lessons when reflecting on the standards Athens set for citizens within a democracy. Active participation in the government is crucial to the improvement of our democracy. Mark Twain is quoted saying, "Citizenship is what makes a republic. Monarchies can get along without it." Our government hinges on the participation of its citizens, which the people of ancient Athens demonstrated well. Let's start at the beginning of our nation, the foundation of the United States government, and what our citizenship means. Reclaiming the foundation, we must remember the American promise. Inherent sovereignty, meaning the self-governing power of a nation, is the principle that the founding fathers laid. The United States Constitution states, "We the people do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." Every citizen has inalienable rights in the government, and our voices matter in issues both big and small. We should not view our rights as just an inheritance and ignore constant work needed to preserve it. The Athenians understood this, which brings us to Greek citizenship. The Athenian blueprint, how they structured participation. The citizens ran the government. This is structured through the Athenian Council of 500 as explained in the Constitution of Athens, written by Aristotle. The citizens who participated in this council for one-year terms were chosen by lot and saw their participation as honored civic duty. The most direct form of citizen power was the dicastery, where 6,000 ordinary people were selected by lot to be citizen jurors. This set the foundation for mass citizen participation in justice, which the United States exemplifies through jury duty. Yet at ancient Greek juries, the citizens were judging and administering. Citizens felt the need to actively participate in the role of justice, unlike in the United States, where many citizen jurors see jury duty as a burden. A civic training in which young men had to do 2 years of mandatory military and civic training frames citizenship as something one actively earns through service. This structured mandatory duty was viewed as essential for a functioning democracy. This idea of civic duty is a stark contrast to the modern disconnect of citizenship today. Power seems to be shifting away from the citizens. Hansen argues that forces such as the elite detachment, tribalism, and globalization are eroding the sense of shared civic duty. In his book, The Dying Citizen, he confronts the idea of the deep state, where elected bureaucrats are not typically held accountable for their abuses of power. Hansen claims that federal agencies have the unlimited resources of the state to wield against the limited means of an average citizen. This is exemplified in that the Environmental Protection Agency can declare temporary ponds that develop on farmlands to be inland waterways and thereby fine landowners for violating the Clear Water Act. Thus, we must take back our inherent rights as a citizen and make our voices count in our government. The common people are the majority, and their voices matter. As we have seen, it is crucial for citizens of the United States to be active in their government, such as that exemplified by the ancient Greeks. The power rests within the people, as stated in the U.S. Constitution. Sustaining the power requires active, structured participation and rigorous citizen involvement, protects our democracy from the threats of modern power shifts. An engaged republic requires citizens who actively nourish it. If the Athenians felt that mandatory participation, such as paid jury duty or civic duty, was essential for citizens to truly protect their freedom, Is there an equivalent, mandatory, non-political civic duty that we could realistically imagine for Americans today? This might look like active community participation in disaster response training, or joining local clubs, or attending local meetings. As you can see in this graph, almost 40% of voters did not vote in national elections. Thereby, I encourage you to exercise your rights as citizens by voting and staying knowledgeable about current issues in our government.